Okay.
It's okay. Just breathe.
Breathe in.
We'll get it sorted.
Alright. Hi guys. Please tell me you can hear me. I am hoping so. Let me just put mic. Hello. Hi.
Yes, can you guys hear us? Please say you can, please.
Oh, I can't hop up there. Okay, that's alright. Just trying to go. Yes.
Yay.
Okay, and levels seem okay. Let me just check. What did I do with? I might move that. I have got that many things open at the moment. Can you guys hear?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm hoping you can see that. Alright, I have got default UI, so so hopefully you can just see stuff. That's the main thing. Why? Oh no, that looks okay. Alright. Okay. Let me find show notes, that might help. And I'm going to go with that. Alright, I think we've got everything else. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Oh, appreciate that. 52 months. Damn, girl.
Thanks, Chris.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it greatly. Alright, well, it is 10 a.m. my time, so I think we will get this started. Alright, everyone ready?
I hope so.
Alright, let's do this. In 3, 2, 1.
Whatever it is you enjoy about the World of Warcraft, we have a challenge for you.
Adventure.
Crafted.
Flowers.
This is the WoW Challenges podcast. And here's your host, Leeta.
Hello and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast. This is episode 322. Today is Saturday, January 7th, 2023. I am your host, Leeta. Joining me for the first week back and Happy New Year is Nisey. Hi Nisey, how are you?
Hello, I'm here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yes, all of those things.
Yes.
All of those things.
All of them.
Oh, yes. All right. So we are, for any of you guys that are interested, we are having an in-game memorial today. I'll talk about that in a moment, but if you'd like to come down, we're on Wormrest Accord at Dark Moon Fair at the barge place that's kind of just behind where the concert is. So if you feel like bringing a tune down, it's Dark Moon Fair being a neutral sanctuary type of place. You could bring a level 1 if you need to. It should be fairly safe. Please though be very careful if you are bringing a live challenge tune. Okay. That's
yeah, we don't want any incidents to happen.
Yeah. Mine is a previous Dead Working Man tune, so I'm not worried if anything happens to her. It's not a problem because she's already died. But if you have got something and you want to come down, please feel free. Wormrest Accord on US is the main things. What the hell's that?
Oh, Twitch did some changes. You need to log into Moobot to give it access if you're still using it. so
Of
it can
course.
do its moderation stuff.
Okay. I'm
Not a big deal.
Okay. All right. All right. So first off, at the moment, I can't see. I'm logged into game, so please bear with us. We've got a few things that we're going to be doing today. It is also the first episode back for 2023.
We're a little
And
rusty. We've got a lot of windows open.
and there's been Windows updates and all of that in between that time. So so yes, it's been a bit of a challenge. But to start off, first off, I want to say that normally we start off the year with we have a have a big celebration, all of those kinds of things. But there was some news that happened a little while ago, and we thought it would be a great way to play tribute to. So bear with me if I get a bit teary. I apologize, but it is with great sadness that I am informing you all, or those already know, that we lost a true champion in, can't even say it, in Fiveiron. So I've got his photo of one of his tunes down here, and we wanted to do a little memorial tribute honor to him. He was an incredible advocate for WoW challenges, and he will be greatly missed by our community. So we're inviting you all to be here at Darkmoon Fair, because it was hopefully the safest place we could have if we had Horde and Alliance meeting up together, and easy access if those of you are making any level 1s. Now, we have got some memories we want to share, and we will get into those in a moment. I know Fair is going to come on, and she's got some stuff that she'd like to share. I'm not seeing guild chat at the moment, so if you're sharing stuff in guild chat, apologies, just give me a minute, I'll get to that. But certainly feel free that if you've got something that you'd like to share on the show and you would like to voice it, please jump into our podcast waiting room in the Discord channel. It's open to all access, and then we can pull you into the show voice channel when we're able to. Okay, so if anyone does have stuff that you'd like to share, or if you've got a few words that you'd like to say, more than welcome. Okay. All right. So as I said, I've got photo of one of Five's tunes just below me, and I am going to ask Nisey first before I bring in Fair. Have you got any memories that you would like to share first off?
So Five and I weren't real super close. We didn't talk that much, but I do know that he was a big factor in the Bloodthirsty challenge coming to be. So so we pay homage to our friend Fiveiron for that, and he was good to bounce things off of, especially if something looked strange in the game, because between him and I, we figured out that the kill tracker actually was not working properly in when Legion did the, was it Legion? I think it was Legion when they did the world scaling update.
Yeah.
And that whole mess that happened with us trying to be extra diligent about moving more often and stuff. But yeah, he was a really interesting person to talk to. He had all kinds of spreadsheets and all of the things, and he was really good to bounce ideas off of and stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And as Taco says, and I have to say thank you, Taco, for reaching out and letting me and Nisey know that he had passed.
Yes.
Certainly was not quite expecting that message from you that day.
No, not at all.
But thank you so much for letting us know. Taco in the chat says so many memories with our hundreds of hours of WoW teams and hundreds of hours of 7 days to die. Absolutely. What else? In 7 days, the Needs server is making a memorial statue. 5 was a prolific builder. Then in true Fiveiron fashion, we are going to blow it up. Nice. I must admit, Stone probably had a lot more interaction with 5. I was able to do some teams with 5, a little bit of teams. We chatted quite a few times where it would be him and I one-on-one having a chat about all sorts of things, about the game. He was always such a source of knowledge. He was always so generous in not only his time but sharing of information, and I am forever grateful for that. He just was truly such a wonderful advocate for our community in the challenges, in all these things. And as much as I didn't have that depth with him as perhaps Stone did with, getting things like the Bloodthirsty Challenge going,
for sure.
and all of that. Like, that was already going when Stone brought me in, I think, or just after it came in. It certainly was he certainly was a very loud advocate and very proud of his accomplishments and what he did for the community, and once again his generous information, things he found out, spreadsheets, again, so much information. He had a wealth of knowledge that we were very grateful to have all of that, and just to pick his brain was certainly would leave me going down rabbit holes on the times that I'd spoken to him or messaged him, or he messaged me about something, and he always was able to back it up with a lot of information, and
Oh yes.
it was always very concise, which was great. What did Taco say? Hang on, I'm just going backwards. He did a bass where on demo day he timed it out to music. It was amazing. Taco also says, I am working on a 5 inspired playlist from stuff he played while we played and stuff that reminds me of him. So please Discord or Twitch DM me with anything you might want to see on there. When it's done-ish, I'll put a link in the Discord. Thank you, Taco. That would be awesome. I would truly enjoy to hear that, and we can certainly add that to to wherever on the forums. I'm not sure if there's been a forums post, but we will also put it in the Discord and all of that. So thank you, Taco, for doing that. Just let us know when you're ready. That would be great. All right, I will. Let's bring Fair. Just bear with me. I'm just going to bring Fair. You ready? I'm going to bring her into here. Hang on. Why is that? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
You hear me?
Yes.
Me?
It's a bit.
Oh, let me mute my Twitch.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably the best. Thank you for doing this too, Fair. We appreciate it. I know you've got some stuff to share, so so the floor is yours. Anything you need for us to jump in, let us know. But obviously, it's an emotional time for us as a community, and I know you had some wonderful dealings with him, so
yeah, probably the most time that we interacted was in BFA. Both of us were running pacifists and doing a lot of archaeology, trying to get to 120. That was kind of what you did. We both already had at least one pacifist at 120, and then for the next ones, he first of all decided that he wanted to make his run more interesting by trying to acquire the alchemy plans for the Vial of the Sands, which is a dragon mount, and you get it from doing archaeology in Oldham. And you could only see the drop in the canopic jars if you have alchemy as your profession. So that's part of the deal. Anyway, I thought it was a really intriguing idea and a way to spice up doing all that archaeology. So I decided I wanted to try it too. He was incredibly knowledgeable about what you needed to gather to make that crazy recipe. A ton of ore and metal bars and transmuted bars and herbs and elixirs and flasks and all kinds of things. And he you mentioned his spreadsheets. Yeah, he had spreadsheets for all of this stuff, and they helped me a lot as I went through the process of gathering all the materials while I still had mining and herbing as my professions. Once I gathered everything, I could switch to alchemy and start doing the rest of it. That kind of brings me to another of the things that Five brought to the game. Back in the day, at the Darkmoon Fair, the profession quests were only available if you had skill level 75 in the profession. And he came up with the idea that he wanted to go through in one Darkmoon Fair cycle and do all the professions.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Yeah. And I did this too. When I got ready to switch to alchemy, I took a Darkmoon Fair week and leveled every profession to 75 sequentially. Ferrekessaa Bank is still full of some of the materials from that, all the inks from Inscription and different jewel crafting things. And some of it I sold off right away because I didn't have use for it, but I kept Inscription high enough to make at least a few glyphs that I could sell, things like that. But anyway, yeah, that was a really big deal to do at the time. And I went through them all and ended up in alchemy, which is where I wanted to stay. So you had to skill up to 75, and then for the Vial of the Sands, you had to skill up additionally to get to Cataclysm alchemy. So yeah, it was not a small thing to do, but he had posted on the forums about his idea for doing all of those professions. I still do it from time to time on baby pacifists. Of course, it's much easier now because you don't need any skill at all. You just
I was gonna say
go through the cycle, change professions, buy the next one, do the quest, buy the next one, and it's free experience basically for a baby pacifist.
Yeah.
Who can use the experience. But yeah, back in the day, it was a big deal thing to do. The experience wasn't really what it was all about, really. But typical of Five, he did it because he thought it was intriguing and wanted to do it, and he could,
he always liked doing things 10 times harder than he needed to do them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
He would push things. He would absolutely push things to, to see what was possible. Yeah, which was always quite amazing. Tarkus.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
And the thing with the archaeology drop is it was random number determined when you would get that recipe. As it happened, I got it first. And I felt so guilty about getting the drop first when it was his idea to even do it.
Yeah.
I just like, oh no. But I messaged him in game and I told him, and he was really gracious about my good luck. And kept at it himself, worked away at it. We exchanged messages back and forth throughout that whole process, tips and tricks about doing metal transmutes and making more bars of ore and where to go fish for the right essences and stuff. But I kept some of those messages. I especially kept his last one. And when I started playing Ferrekessaa in this expansion, I noticed that was still in her bag. And actually I read it just randomly the day before we heard this news. I mean, I don't know if it was some kind of a weird prescience or something, but who knows. Anyway, I read the message then and kind of wiped me out once I realized what had happened. I'd like to share that message.
Yep.
I'll just read the last part of it. This is one more thing. I made a copy of your letter to me when you'd first gotten the drop, and with good wishes. I kept that in my bag with my spade, pick, fishing pole, hearthstone, and lucky doos. I've now put it in my bank. He wrote to me after he'd gotten the vial himself. It was interesting that we both kept those letters. And he concludes with, thanks again. It was great to share with a true peer, and we both had fun with it in our own time and way. I can't sum it up any better. We really did.
It's beautiful.
What a good thing to keep.
Yeah. He it certainly was he was certainly one of a kind. I Taco had said in chat about, oh my god, 5 spreadsheets are things of legends, which, yes, definitely. If it was odd or hard, it was right up his alley, which, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Zaya says, remember his professionless passy? Yeah. Taco also shares, the one thing I also liked as a female gamer, you get a lot of harassment from men you game with. I never had to worry about that with the hundreds of hours we spent together, and his wife would sometimes pop in and say hi on Discord, which is, again, you know, he truly was just an amazing, generous, kind man, person.
Yeah, just a wonderful person.
Yeah, definitely. I had found some congratulations, so I was trying to go back to see what tunes, like obviously with the website and all the information, we've had many challenge champions over the years, and I was trying to work out exactly Fives. I know he had a few, but I was just trying to find Curmudgeon, 5 Curmudgeon. I think
Curmudgeon, yeah, it was his warrior.
Was oh, blank. Anyway, I think this is because I know he had a 5 Curmudgeon. Like, there was 2 names very similar. I think there was a difference in maybe a 2 R's or something. So I know he was with this one. He became the 5th Pacifist champion back in 2018. So that's dinging. That was when we were 110, level 110. And that tune had taken 303 days of grind, 303 days of grinding, a little over 9 days of played time to hit max level. So that was in 2018. Then there was the other curmudgeon for BFA. So when he hit 120, he was the 2nd BFA Pacifist champion to get the 120. It took about 40 hours since the release of the expansion to achieve, with then a played time of 10 days, 21 hours since the character's creation in July 2017. So this is his tune down here, and I remember when he sent me the screenshots because he wanted a particular look, and he wanted to have the hat on, and you know, he was looking up recipes, and I still remember. So the screenshot, if you're listening and you can't see the screenshot, I just remember.
That's a great shot.
It is, and I remember him messaging me, and it's like, "Is this one okay?" And I'd go, "Yeah, that's fine." And then he'd be like, "Oh no, hang on, or he'd come back to me, you know, a little while later and be like, "I've got another one. I prefer this one," and this is the one that he sent through. So he had originally sent me through one, and it wasn't quite like this, and then he sent me this one, and that was when he was coming on the show. I can't remember exactly what episode of he was on. I know we've had him on a few times. We also had him on with Taco from memory. So he certainly was. You know, it was always such a pleasure, and always learnt a lot. There was always something that he would mention whenever I chatted with him, whenever he came on the show. There was always information, and I'd always walk away thinking, I've got to try that, or there was something. So again, he's going to be greatly missed for the community, and obviously to his friends and family, if there is anyone also out there. We send our deepest sympathies, and please know he is going to be greatly missed by us as well. So,
I'd just like to add one more thing.
mm-hmm.
If that's,
Yeah, sure.
I just dinged my first pacifist of this expansion, and it happens to be Ferrekessaa, who is the one that did the archaeology with 5.
Yeah.
And her run I have dedicated to him in his memory.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to not to lose it, so apologies, but that is just lovely there, so congratulations. Anyway, thank you for sharing your wonderful memories with him, and we do appreciate that greatly.
Thank you for giving me the chance to do that.
It's not a problem. Just out of the chat room, let me just go back. I'm just going back reading through chat, and again, chat room, thank you for comments. Taco especially, and we know you spent a lot of time with him, which is wonderful.
Oh yes.
Taco also said, let me also state, never had that issue of harassment with any of the men in this community. Absolutely. We are very blessed to have a wonderful community, and yeah, so all of you listening, all of you here hanging out, I think I've probably gone AFK, yes. Everyone that's turned up, thank you for coming and having our little remembrance to him. I must admit, I can't wait for 10.0.5 to come so I can transmog white and grey gear, because I really would have liked to have, I know I've got a black outfit that I really would have liked to have worn today, but obviously my little girls, we can't transmog that yet, so thank you guys for coming down and sharing in this little in-game tribute, as well as being here on the channel, so we do appreciate that. Bear with me, I am also jumping through about 50 million tabs because there are many
all
things
of the
open.
tabs.
All of the tabs, yes. Okay, so Esther says, yeah, nice, that's kind of community we want to foster, Taco. Everyone part of the WoW Challenge group. Absolutely, Stir. We're like a family, which is,
We've been very fortunate and very lucky to have such a respectful and welcoming community, and we want to keep it that way.
Exactly. And I think the big thing that we have found for those that don't harbour those thoughts, they don't last, which is great. But we have got a bunch of wonderful mods that are able to be on top of that, and we've got a bunch of wonderful people who truly love doing the challenges and are passionate about it, and we thank you, the community, for all of that. So yeah. Alright. Stir also says, yes, 5 will be greatly missed. He was always a joy to interact, and he loved answering questions about quest zones and such. Absolutely. Dave says, thank you all, and many hugs and sympathy. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, like, you almost didn't have to go to Wowhead for some questions. You could just, like, ask Five, and he would, like, have, like, 10 different answers and
Exactly.
possible things that you could do with it.
And if he didn't have the answer right on that, he'd be like, I will get back to you. And then when he got back to you, it would be a matter of
Pages and
boom,
pages of
boom. It wasn't it was him giving you all of the information. There was not, oh well, go do this. It was, you do this, then you do this, then you do this, and then you do this. Or alternately, you can do this, you can do this. Like, he would just give you all of the information, which was, you know, again, he just shared all of that and was wonderful. So yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure knowing him, and we will miss him greatly. So yeah. So thank you all for being here and being with us for that. Thank you again for sharing your experiences. Apologies on being teary, and but it certainly has been a big shock to us and the community, and we will miss him. So I will say, just to give you a little bit of a heads up, that we'll be doing a contest. It's not happening right now, but I will be organizing a contest in the near future, and it will be dedicated to Five. So exactly what it is yet, I'm not going to go into, but just giving you a heads up, there will definitely be one coming soon. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Fair, again for sharing and being here. Such a wonderful notes to have that you kept that. You know, my husband always says, you are a hoarder, and I know, even in game, I do keep lots of things like that. I have notes on Leeta from years of friends sending me notes. I keep notes on my little tunes. It's just something that it truly does mean a lot that we have these little things that we're able to keep in game, that we can reflect from our friends, our guild mates, through in game, which again, you know, we all play this wonderful game, and we all do these crazy things like WoW challenges, which is a lot of fun. So yeah. So thank you, Fair, for joining us, and I'll let you go now, and Nisey and I will continue on. So thank you. And also thank you, thanks guys for sharing your wonderful, I forgot to change the I forgot to change the messages. Anyway, these things are what they are. So yes. Alright. Well, we will continue on. Nisey, I was going to skip on. Do you want to just tell us how your week went?
My week, oh gosh. Well, I did manage to squeeze a little bit of playtime in on one of my bloodthirsties in the chaos that is my life at the moment. So I did manage to bump Soul Snuffer up to level 62 ever
Nice.
so slowly. So
That's
still
your
kind of
priest?
getting. Yes, that's
Yep.
my priest, my priest bloodthirsty, disc priest. So I'm still kind of slowly getting my feet under me. This expansion, I don't know what to do with myself still. Husband and I are sort of figuring a system out
Mm-hmm.
where I can kind of do some quests, except if it's a quest that involves dragon riding, he has to do it. So, because I can't even look at the screen with him doing it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm gonna go away now. You take over. I'll be back. I was like,
It's a
that's fine.
challenge.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's a new sensation, a new thought process because I feel a little lost this expansion right now, but I mean I still haven't gotten through all of the quests. I think I'm in the second zone that I'm still kind of meandering my way through,
Mm.
but you know it's I did manage to squeeze in a little bit of playtime on the one challenger, and we'll see what happens from there.
Nice. Yeah, it's look, this expansion, I don't know how you guys are finding it. I am loving it. Yes, there are some things like dragon riding that drives me a little bit bonkers. But that's like you. That is a me issue because of my, what do you call it, like sensory visual
Oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
But
like don't let our feelings like reflect on the overall like ness
but I
of the
love
expansion.
I
I
love
mean, I like it.
Dragonflight.
I want to love it more, but
I
I've
love
just
it.
my enthusiasm has been tamped a bit, but that's just me personally.
It's yeah, I can't wait to get stuck into challenge tunes again. I'm not quite there. I've just been trying to spend some time on, obviously on my main, getting my base of what I'm going to do. I'm not quite prepared to bring my passy out yet. Um, it'll
Yeah, that's
happen.
gonna take a little bit of scouting, a little bit
Mm,
of sorting out a plan of action for that
yes.
challenge. I think because when things first, you know, when we had our first look at them, it looked really good,
Mm,
and then when we got in there and got elbow deep when it went live, things took a turn. So
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be really careful taking a pacifist out to Dragonflight Isle,
Yeah.
Dragon Isles and the Dragonflight zones, because
Mm,
there's been a lot more of little tiny issues that have popped up, like the prox kill radius just going crazy,
yeah.
and some of the herbs not being a good
It's
idea for a challenger to pick. Like you're gonna
exactly.
want the plain non-special herbs, anything that has a frigid, a windswept, Titan might
Yeah.
be okay, but Titan might portal you to somewhere where there's a hostile mob. So I wouldn't even touch
It's
that with a pacifist. You just want the plain named herbs if you're even going to attempt it.
yeah. It's hence why I'm not prepared to
Yeah.
jump in yet. But at the same stage, I'm still trying to have time just to look at
Time's
all
been
the
a
bits.
big issue.
Time in game time certainly has. So it'll happen. I just don't know when. I'm not confident. Also, we've been having some net issues, and I don't know if it's because school's out, with the holidays, so there's a lot more. I don't know, but I don't want to risk that at the moment. So it'll definitely happen, but I've got to work out a proper plan of action myself. So, as I says, dragon races will blow your mind. I love them, but not for everyone. Exactly. I know my husband seems to love it. I get very queasy on certain parts of it. Some I can do a bit and I don't feel sick, and then others I feel it's like, oh god.
Yeah, like Russ was doing some of them, and he was doing all of the quests that involve the dragon riding, and he hopped on because he was asking me where I was farming for something, because we were trying to get tokens to get D4, and I'm like, well, I was here. And I'm like, no, you have to get off the mount. And he goes, what? I said, no, get on the ground mount. I can't even look at the screen while you're on the other one. It's too much.
Yeah.
But he's been doing all of that stuff when he's had the chance. So
Yeah.
at least, you know, he's been finding something to do that's interesting him a little bit when he needs a break from his other stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Also,
I can't do it.
I think the tokens have come right down.
They've been hovering in the 140 to 155 range for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So which was nice because when we first
Amazing.
started getting them in the beginning of December, middle of December, it was a bit higher. It was like around 190, 180. So it was nice
Yeah.
to see that price drop.
Yes. So again, if that's something you guys are, you know, I know on my challenge tunes, I kind of have that bank tune that I end up, even if I'm deleting a tune, I will send, or they go, I cannot delete a tune without stripping them down, sending on the money. It's just one of those things. Whereas I know some of our challenge players over the years are like, no, I'm dead, delete. I'm like, I can't.
Like, no,
do
I
that.
need to at least take the cash. I need to at least take the cash and vendor the stuff because, you know, that's just money you're just throwing away.
Exactly. So
It looks like current token for US servers is 141 or 141,601 gold.
Yep. So it's certainly dropped a lot in the
Yes, it
past
has.
what month?
Even in the past like 2 or 3 days, it's come down quite a bit.
Yeah, because I think Executed said to me it was like at 157 maybe 3 days ago. Because I kind of went, oh
yeah.
damn, and then you've just said it's what 140.
Yeah, let's keep that token dropping because
a lot of people are playing.
I don't want the crazy 200,000 stuff. That was insane.
No, absolutely not. Okay, just going back. Chris says I finally figured out dragon riding, and now that I can do it, I love it. Yep. Fair says dragon riding is a big barrier for her as well. I can do the basics, but wouldn't trust a challenger not to die on it. I certainly know with mine that if I land, and I don't know what it is, but there's one, if I land even on a yellow mob, I've aggroed it because you kind of thump and
oh geez,
then you're in combat. So again, like it's there is
my klutzy self, maybe I'm better off being ground bound.
Yeah, I think that might definitely be an option if I do get my passage there.
I will say I've been doing okay on the quest being ground bound. There's only been a couple that kind of you had to do the dragon riding for outside of them teaching you how to do it. I think there was 1 or 2 I stumbled across where the item was up high and the only way to get it was on the dragon mount. So I was like, husband, I need your help. Do the thing.
Yeah, I agree. Zai says I think it's one of the dragon riding talents. I think that's correct. I'm not sure at what thing it is, but certainly again something to be wary of if you're taking a challenge tune and you've be very, very, very careful. Feda says doesn't feel passy friendly to her yet, being going to Dragon Isles, and absolutely there are a lot of dragons and stuff flying around, as much as there's a lot on the ground. There is also a lot of red dragons and birds and all sorts of things.
Some areas are just chaos.
Yeah. So, once again, if you've reached that point with a challenge tune and you want to go, please, please, please just be very careful. Very careful.
But we do have some holidays coming up if you don't want to
Yep.
go to the Dragon Isles on your questing characters.
Yes. But other than that, I must admit, I do really am really enjoying it and look forward. I can't wait for 10.0.5. We were thinking, they're gonna be like, nope, sorry, it's gonna be like the dance party. It's not ever gonna happen.
We'll see. I some wording on that made me question how that transmog was gonna work. So I'm holding my enthusiasm until it gets implemented. I haven't been in PTR. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
neither have I must admit that they have got a dance party room in one of the inns that is a secret, not a secret, but you have to do a special thing to get there. It's not dangerous or anything, and it is like this room that has got disco ball lights in the capital city, whatever it's called. I can't think of it. Whatever the big city is. So so you can say, well, they did put a dance party in now, but they did, Veldraken, thank you. They did promise us that, what was that? That was for Legion? Was that Legion?
Wasn't that Wrath?
Wrath? Was it Wrath? Oh my god.
I feel like it might have been Wrath. Hold on, let me ask the husband.
It's all blending into one. Again, we've just had, what was it, the 18th year of WoW? Guys.
So Dance Studio was supposed to be Wrath, he says.
Was Wrath. My lord.
He said it was on the box.
Yes, and my box is way over there. It is a very long time ago. My goodness. Mind you, if you said to me, Wrath, and I would still say to you, Wrath only feels like it was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, but
maybe 3 years ago.
It is a bit crazy on that. Anyway, and then if you go, oh well, say Legion, you go, yeah, that was only a few years ago. Like, it's all just still feels like it wasn't
like
that
2
long
years
ago.
ago.
Yay. Anyway, alright, well, congratulations on Soul Snuffer. I still gotta think about it, Nisey. Every time I say it. Getting 62, that's awesome. Well done. I've done nothing exciting, so we're going to go on to news. So let me find, where's my little, let's do this one. Let's play this one.
Breaking down news from the world of Warcraft.
Alright, well, we have got some congratulations. We have got some max level dings. So congratulations to people have been busy. You guys.
These have happened since we were last together, so these happened over the break.
Exactly. And again, you guys are just blowing it out of the water. Seriously. So, Passeyster is our first Dragonflight Pacifist champion. Rocknorn, our second Dragonflight Green Man champion. Ferrelin, our first Dragonflight Working Man challenge champion. Workster, our second Dragonflight Working Man champion. And Ferrekessaa, I think I got that one right? I think, is our second Dragonflight Pacifist champion. So, once again, it is wonderful. Our amazing veterans, Stir. Look at you guys go. Now, it's Norn. Norn that's his second max level?
Second of this X pack, yes.
Yes. So again, seeing Like, I still can't get over it, guys. You guys are smashing it out of the park. How long has Dragonflight been live?
A month and a
6
week,
weeks?
maybe?
Maybe 6 weeks? 5 weeks? 6 weeks?
Maybe.
You guys.
Not quite 2 months.
Below, he's got another one at 63.
Yeah,
think
he's
Zai
on the
says.
list this week for State of the Challenges, so he's got another one coming.
Blowing it out of the water, guys. You're amazing. Amazing. So congratulations. Well deserved. Rocking it in. I know that we're probably going to have a bit of a rough week with the State of the Challenges, which we will get into. I'm not sure if there's any other news. You know what? We will deal with
I don't know.
more
I've been
news next
so
week.
busy.
It's if I've missed anything, apologies. We will deal with it next week. Shoot me a message if I've missed something big, or you need to know
Yeah,
something.
my head's been in the sand for like the past 2 weeks.
It's been a bit like that. Anyway.
Life went sideways.
Dude, it's one way to put it. Okay, let's do State of the Challenges. You start off with irons, please.
Okay. So, this week for irons, we have in 10th, Tramellant at 30. 9th is Pixie Dream at 30. 8, I think it's Bo Jr. at 31. 7th was Snoodard at 37. 6 was Ironjaw at 39, but lost to the Nether. 5th this week was Zaya Raylia, 61. 4th, Zaya Thuda at 62, but RIP. 3rd was Zaya Thera at 62 as well, but also an RIP.
Oh, Zaya, so sorry.
Zaya had a rough week.
Yes.
2nd was Beast Norn. That's Norn's other character that they've got right now. They're currently 63. And Elfster first this week, also at 63.
Yeah, Zaya certainly had a bit of a rough one. But again, you know, another such a champion. Just keep going. And Stir, look at again, you guys are just like smashing. Yeah, amazing. All right, let's have a look at the bloods that we've got. We've got 4 this week. We've got Blood Thief at 17, red flagged for too many quests. That one Zaya's looking into because we've got a couple.
Yeah,
of
we're doing
things.
a flag review.
Yeah, we're just
something's not right.
Something's not right. We're not going to go into it, but Zaya's looking into that one. At number 3, we have got Parched Taco at level 32. Number 2 is Zaya Bingra at level 62. And number 1 is Soul Snuffer at 62 as well. Alright, Pacifist. Hang on, Zaya says scouting on a live challenge toon is not a good idea.
No, probably not.
Yes. Zaya.
Looks like you learned that twice the hard way.
Yes.
And Rudd, I don't know why your character didn't show up. If you didn't hit update manually before the report ran, then that could be why. The auto update only runs every so often. It's not as often as it used to be.
Yes.
So Pacifist this week, we've got 9. So 9th this week was Hunter Rose at 13. 8th was Shay Leuna at 30. 7th was Peace Nick at 60. 6th was Fairness at 61. 5th, Peaceable at 62. 4th was Fair Faye at 63. 3rd was Fair Eileen at 64. 2nd was Zaya Pelly at 66. And 1st was Ferrekessaa, like we mentioned earlier, level 70, our second Dragonflight Pacifist champion. And I will say, I think that the Pacifist probably had the best week.
That's it's pretty decent, honestly. Seriously, guys, amazing. Don't forget that the update still happens when we get the report. It still happens at the normal time, which because the show is in, what do you call it, daylight savings.
Are we in daylight or are we in standard now?
Or-
I don't remember. We did our time change.
Yeah.
We're back to, you know,
So
we're an hour back.
Yeah, so the report still comes through at what would you call it? Well, I would say it's 7:30.
I see it at 4:30
my time.
Yeah, I see it at
7:30 my
4:30
time.
p.m. Central.
The show doesn't
So-
happen until 10 a.m. my time. So just if you're thinking that the report's coming an hour later because we're an hour later, per se, it's not. It still comes through at the same time. But again,
Yeah.
you know, maybe there's a hiccup with EU versus US.
There could
I
be
don't
sometimes
know.
the EU Armory
Yeah.
API stuff gets a little funny.
Zaya's gonna check it out, so thanks for Rod giving the information. Zaya's gonna have a look. So and completely agree, Fair. Good week for Pacifist. Darkmoon Fair, which finishes today. There you go. There's some news. Darkmoon Fair finishes today, just in case if you've forgotten.
We got a few more hours.
Yep, you can still get your tune down to, you know, get some bits and pieces. Obviously, if you're bloodthirsty, you can't, but
Nope.
if you've started a new one or want to quickly start a new one to, you know, get it off on the right foot, get down to, you've got a few hours. Not many, but you've got a few. All right, let's go back to, we've got tins. There were none this week, but we do have 7 greens. So we have got Kajoryu.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
The names were really rough this week. I'm sorry, guys. I did my best.
Level 12. Number 6 is Dare Eyeless at 19. Number 5 was Green Prax at 20, but lost to the Nether. 4 was Everprax at level 24. 3 this week was Zaya Gixie.
I think.
We may have pronounced that correctly, Zaya, I'm not sure. Let us know. At level 37. Again, seriously, Zaya's all over it. It's everywhere. Where is he? Amazing. Number 2 is Hunter at 37. And number 1 this week was Green Demon, level 44, but lost to the Nether. Alright, Working Man. Let's have a look-see. What have we got, Nisey?
All right. So we had 6 working challengers this week on the list. Number 6 was Elandris at 15. 5th was 2 Rune at 18, but RIP. 4th was Zaya Winna at 37. 3rd was Fair Winter at 64. 2nd, Fair Stealth at 65. And our first Working Man challenger this week was Workster, who, as we mentioned earlier, hit 70 and became our second Dragonflight Working Man champion.
And again, well done, guys. Like, seriously, well done to all those who have been busy leveling over the past, you know, while we had the time off to have a bit of a break with Christmas, New Year, all of that stuff.
I know, I feel like a slacker now.
And again, all, look at all, like, just people are all over the challenges, which is wonderful, which is fantastic. So congratulations to everyone leveling. Commiserations, we did lose. It was a bit of a rough week. So commiserations to those that we
Looks
lost.
like people are just still finding their footing.
Yes. which we know that sometimes can take a little bit. All right, let's go with, let's play this one.
Hey yo, it's Chit Chat!
And I just want to say, I know he's probably not around, but just sending some extra hugs and love to Zorts as well. So just
I don't think he's
him.
around today. Just from
No.
what he was telling me, he had an event this weekend he had to go to. So
Yeah. So so sending much love out to him, and as we do to. He's still part of our family, our WoW Challenges family.
Yes.
Same as Rogue Slayer, same as, all of those things. That just because they're not here doing the challenge tunes, they're still part of our community. And we do love and appreciate them, and we think of them fondly and all of that. So, hugs to both of them. Greatly as well. All right, let's do our jokes, as we do like to start our chit chat off with Nisey. What have you got?
all right. So what did one ocean say to the other ocean?
I don't know.
Nothing. It just waved.
Of course. I like it. April's here. Hugs, Aprilian. I see you. Lovely, you could join us. Okay, so stolen joke of the week from Tiber. He says, what happens when a snowman throws a tantrum in spring? He has a meltdown. Of course.
Yep.
Of course. Oh, nice. All right. Now, my joke was, I thought of the new year, and I thought my resolution was to read more, so I put the subtitles on my TV. Which I thought it was kind of cute, and I was like, yeah, well, that's true, I could do that. Absolutely. I did something like that the other day, accidentally. I didn't mean to. I was watching a YouTube, I think it was baking. Of course, it was either a baking or a puzzle making, I don't know. It was something on YouTube, and there was all these subtitles on, and I'm like, did I turn them on? And somehow I must have accidentally turned them on, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So
Sometimes they're helpful, and sometimes they take up 2/3 of the screen.
Exactly. I thought that was funny. All right, so I did get an email from Dave. Thank you, Dave, and I did get your joke too. Thank you, Dave. He sent me like 2 emails. It's lovely. I appreciate that, Dave, greatly, as opposed to the ones where they're like the spam ones. I constantly get spam ones, so it's really nice to get a proper email from someone in our community. It's lovely. All right, so Dave had emailed and said, if you were an IC champion in Shadowlands and chose to continue into Dragonflight, is your status as a champion in Shadowlands still intact if you then have a fatal red flag encounter in Dragonflight? And I wanted to double check. So Zaya had said to me, you'll still be listed on the champions listings as long as you don't delete your toon from the challenges. You'll have the champion on the standing. If you delete your toon from WoW, you'll eventually be deleted from the standings, but stay on the champions list. So the other thing is that I think because the data rolls over, every
30 days it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so if you're keeping your challenge toon just remember to probably jump in if
I think you just have to log in.
Just log in, yeah, exactly. So I replied to Dave on that. Now, I didn't realise, and I apologise, Dave, I didn't realise you had then sent me another email, and I thought, well, I'll get the collective brain while they're here to answer. If you were an IC champion in Shadowlands and chose to continue into Dragonflight, is your status as a champion in Shadowlands still intact? Hang on, did I not copy the right thing?
I was gonna say, that's the same one from up above.
Okay, you know, sometimes when
Or he sent it twice by accident.
Let me double check, because I probably copy paste the wrong bloody thing. Let me see.
It's okay, I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been copying and pasting full write-up articles into Twitter by accident, and I'm like, no!
I did that at work the other day. I was like copy pasting, and then I was like, okay, so Dave had said, thanks. How about if that same toon achieved Dragonflight champion status, would it override the Shadowlands status, or might it be listed twice? I must have copied
I think you get a little thingy next to you that says champion, and then it has the expansions listed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, all champion shows. Yeah.
Yeah, so every X pack that you've hit champion status in, then you'll get a little thing next to your name that has the expansion name.
Yes. Hang on.
Because I think Soul Snuffer shows that.
It should be. So sorry, I'm just gonna copy paste the one I should have put in there, because I must have had a I'm classing it as a senior moment. That'll work. Thanks, April. It's a new one. I like it. I was a little bit different.
Yeah, so like Too Thirsty says champion Legion BFA SLDF, and mine has champion BFA SL.
Yeah, exactly. So check it out, Dave. Have a look at the standings there, and thank you for sending me an email. I do appreciate that. It was lovely. All right. Okay. Well, I think we've got everything sorted. How did Sire go with Rod's Toon? Toon was level 27 on our database when the report ran. Rod says he thought he updated earlier. So maybe
it might have been a missed update.
Missed update. Okay.
Or not updated soon enough, or I thought I updated, but it didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have hit update and the API might have timed out, and that's why it didn't actually update on the website. Yeah. We've had that happen a couple of times before, where it was an API issue on WoW side, and then like 10 minutes later, if you go and do it, it fixes it. So just make sure that your toon is showing the correct level after you hit update, and if it doesn't, then wait a few minutes and then hit update again.
Yeah. Exactly. As we know, since they made all the changes to the API back in, what was that, pre-Shadowlands in particular, it's just been
it's been messy.
Messy. That's probably
That's the politest word I can think of is messy.
It is a very polite way to go. Alright, well, I think on that note, thank you guys. I think we might wrap it up. I know it's been a slightly longer show, obviously, being that we've had the Remembrance and 2.5, and again, you know, we are, I think I'm still logged in, aren't I? Let me just double check.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the moment.
Yes, we've got a few people here. Just, we've got Fair. We've got, who's Pure Tin? Is that Tiber? Is it Tiber? Zaya's there.
I'm not sure.
Stir's there. You're there. I'm there. Who's maybe? Is
That's Dave.
that's Dave? Okay.
Yes.
Pure Tin, is that?
Not sure who Puritan is. Oh, that is Tiber.
It's Tiber.
And then we
Thank
have someone named Thankful, and I don't know who they are. They're level 1.
Level 1. I was gonna say, is that Chris?
I should have known. Like, I thought it might have been yours, Chris.
I was just gonna say, I bet that's Chris. Thank you guys for coming to the in-game remembrance. I do appreciate it. I know, you know, it's a little bit something a little bit different, and as much as we don't have the opportunity to meet together, we have got an opportunity to meet in game. And you know, for an online gaming community to be able to do these kind of things and to pay homage and tribute and to honor those that we've lost, as well as obviously just catching up with those that are still here. Thank you for doing this, you know, just coming down and hanging out and listening to the show. So we do greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much on that note. Alright, so let me find my show notes, because again, apologies, I have so many things open. Let's do the Iron Elite. Nisey,
Sure.
do you want to take that, please?
Yep. So we would like to thank our Iron Elite supporters. If you would like to become part of the Iron Elite crew, there is more information on how to do so on our website, wildchallenges.com. So we would like to thank Awesome Trousers, Execute, Fair, Chris W, Leeta, Mac, Mr. Bright01, Mrs. Rock Guru, me, Rudd, Stir, Stone, Tiber, aka Tiber, Wanima, and Zaya.
Thank you guys. Again, we greatly appreciate the support in no matter what you do, whether it is by financially helping with the, you know, making things run, etc. Just liking, supporting, playing the challenges, all of that. We do appreciate everyone who contributes in whatever way it is that you do. So thank you so much. Also from both Stir and myself, the bunch of awesome mods that we have, thank you guys for all the things that you do. I can't say it enough. Awesome Trousers, Execute, Fair, Chris, Nisey, Zaya. You guys just thank you so much. As you know, life gets incredibly busy with working, dealing with family and all of that I have on a daily basis, that I can't always be on top of things 24/7. So these guys, to be able to, that they can sort stuff out for me is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. To our code wardens for all the great work, Zaya, thank you. Rudd, thank you. I know there's lots of stuff that goes behind the scenes that you guys are, you know, tweaking, and that, thank you so much for you know, keeping these things state of it. The challenges that we've got back, it's so wonderful to see, you know, physically see that people are playing and leveling. It's great. So thank you guys for that. To everyone in the chat room, thank you for hanging out. I know there's been quite a few people. I'll have a quick look. I think we probably lost a couple of people, but Fair, Zaya, Chris, Stir, Nisey. We've also got April, Aprillian, thank you. I see you, heart you, Dave's here. North seems to be here. Rudd, Tiber. Not sure. Draps, Snap, Nooses.
I'm not sure. There
Not
might be
sure.
a couple of bots in there too.
Probably. Welcome bots. Thank you. As long as they're not spamming crap, then
Yeah, they're behaving.
they're
so,
behaving.
I mean,
That's good. But thank you guys. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us for a little bit. So thank you so much for that. I will be back next week, which will be Saturday, January 14 at 7 p.m. Eastern. Nisey, thank you for joining me back for the first show of 2023. Oh my goodness, time.
yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to.
it is a bit like that. If you can tell everyone where they can find you and get in contact, please.
All right. Well, you can find me in the WoW Challenges Discord. I'm Nisey, then spelled phonetically Nisey, 4863. You can email me at NiseyBGN@gmail.com. Just if it is challenge related or whatever it's about, just make sure you put it in the subject line so I don't auto delete it. Because I get a lot of spam.
Yes.
You can also find me on Instagram, Ko-fi, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as NiseyBGN as well.
Excellent. Don't forget, we have got all the information for the challenges. Our website is wellchallenges.com. All of the socials are there. If you want to follow us, you can check it out. Not going to give you all of the bits and pieces, but definitely we are right across all the socials. So check us out. And don't forget, you can download the podcast through whatever apps you've got, but mostly Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher Radio. If you would like to send me an email, you are more than welcome. Again, like Dave, I do appreciate getting a nice little email, even if it's a joke. Thank you, Dave. I do appreciate that. Please send it to podcast@wowchallenges.com. As for me, if you want to find me, I am right across the socials. Check out the link tree. Is probably the easiest because there's just too many socials. Who would have thought that was the thing nowadays? But yeah, there is a lot of stuff on that. So check it out if you want to follow me on the things. All right. Well, I think we've covered as much as I can think of. Have we? I don't think I've missed anything, Nisey.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and
I
if
think
we
that's
have,
everything.
we'll just deal with it next week, guys. But
Yeah, just shoot us a message. Like I said, it's been a rough couple of weeks while we've
Yes.
been on break. It's a good thing we were on break because, like I said earlier, life went sideways and shook it out all over the floor across the room. So
yes,
it's been crazy.
life has been certainly interesting. But again, thank you guys for that. The last lots of thank yous I will say.
Oh,
That's okay.
are we switching those?
No,
Okay.
I'll just do it. A big thank you to Mr. Bright01. Russ, Niece's husband, is amazing. He's done our intro. We love the intro. We appreciate all that he does to help us out with various things like the emotes, the stuff on the merchandise store. Is very talented. We do appreciate him. So if you want to find or follow him, check him out. He's on Discord at Mr. Bright01, no spaces, all like one word. So thank you, Ross. Thank you for that, because we do love our intro. And as for the outro, I'm very lucky to have a talented husband as well to help me with these things. And I want to say a big thank you to Execute for helping me with the outro. And again, we have many people in this community who are just amazing. Thank you to everyone for being here. So yes, we do appreciate that. Alright, well guys, thank you for joining us for our little tribute to Honor 5. Thank you for sharing your memories, and again, he will be greatly missed. And Taco, if you're still here, can you again let the family know that we certainly are thinking of them all at this time, and again, thank you for giving us the information about Five. So he will be greatly missed from us all as a community. So thank you for that. On that note, Nisey, please have a good week. Chat room, as
You too.
yes. Please stay safe, everyone, both in and out of game. We will be back next week. Until then, bye, guys.
Bye.
The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast. Produced by Leeta, copyright 2022. Portions of this podcast belong entirely to Blizzard Entertainment. Music used for the show belongs to Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, as well as from bensound.com. No copyright infringement is intended.
I'm cutting it off short. Just a reminder, if anyone has got screenshots, I knew there was something.
Oh yeah.
I did want to say, if you've got some screenshots, I know I did no screenshots today, because I wanted to do kind of like, you know, how people do the black band. So we've done that, and I've got our little candle, in honor and tribute for Five. But if you have any screenshots, please send them through. I'm quite happy to add more in. I've only, I think I said I've only got 24 so far. So any more, send them through. Love screenshots of your challenge tunes or areas, that kind of thing. We're happy of that. I think it's 24. Yeah. Trust me.
That sounds about right.
There'll be more, I'm sure. Alright, well, show titles at Rockstar, Fiveilicious. I was just gonna say honoring Five. I'm just going, that's it. Honoring Five, short, sweet, to the point. But thank you for those suggestions. And again, you know, please just remember that we are right here. If you guys need anything, a shoulder, have a chat, we are around. Sometimes I'm a bit slow at replying. Don't forget, different time zones, plus I do work, plus I have a family. So if I'm a little slow getting back to you, I will. Just be patient with me. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think we're done.
Show title.
Honoring Five. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. I already had that in my head. So,
That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut the stream. Go to bed, Chris. Everyone else.
Yes, lady.
Mwah, hugs to you all. Stay safe. See you next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.